Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be re-reviewing the Trendmaster's Dexter's Laboratory Walking Robot. So yes, here we have the Dexter's Laboratory Walking Robot. This is another little Trendmaster's electronic thing like the Iron Giant that I reviewed a while back. And of course I reviewed this a long time ago with my crappy camera, and I decided it deserved another review because it's a pretty cool little thing to have. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the details, sculpt, paint, and little abilities and all those sorts of things. Alright, starting with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have the walking robot. Here is our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Superior Spider-Man. Here is our 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine, and here's the Dexter figure that the robot actually comes with. As you can tell, the robot is very big in comparison to the Dexter figure, so that's good. In comparison to the other two, though, it's not really very good scale. Luckily, I don't think very many people have crossover Marvel Legends Dexter's Laboratory sets, so it's probably not going to really affect that many people. Anyway, let's get everything else out here and just look at the walking robot. Alright, moving on to 360 spin. Here you can see the walking robot. It is mostly blue. It has a fairly classic sort of mecha, passenger-driven robot kind of design. It has two big arms. One of them has a claw on the end of it, and then the other arm has a missile-firing action in it. There are big hoses coming out of the arms. In the headpiece sort of area, there's a big clear dome, and then there's a cockpit in there. We'll zoom in on that in a minute. There's a Dexter's Laboratory logo there in the center, which seems a bit out of place, but I suppose it's okay. And then there's a missile that fires out right below that. Some big boxy legs down there at the bottom, and then a little bit of red trim around some black feet. There's some big antenna things there on the back, and that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot of variation in the sculpting, but it's a pretty nice looking robot. Let's zoom in on that cockpit really quick. And here's the cockpit area. There are lots of little panels and buttons and things that are accomplished via stickers. And then there is a peg and a lever that can be used if you take Dexter and you put him in right there. His hand will go over the lever, and he will peg into the peg. So that's very cool. And it makes the robot look a lot better whenever you actually have someone in it. Now, mentioning the Dexter figure, let's go ahead and have a look at it, because it is also fairly important to this set. Alright, here you can see Dexter. He is portrayed fairly well, at least as far as sculpted cartoon characters go. They always look a bit weird, but he's done fairly well. Of course, he's got his black rimmed glasses there, eyes underneath those. He's got a little pointy mouth and nose area. His hair is orange. He's got one hand outstretched for holding, and then the other one has a remote in it. He's got his little white lab coat. Some production marks there on the back, and all those sorts of things. He comes with two accessories to hold in that hand. He has his ray gun, which you can see here, which is about the size of him, and also makes him a bit difficult to balance. And then he has this little clear red beaker that he can hold without falling over. Now that wraps it up for Dexter and all of his little accessories. So let's get back to the robot and look at its action features and mechanical functions and all those sorts of things. Alright, moving on to his features. First of all, he does actually have a little bit of articulation. His arms both move on ratchet joints at the elbows and at the shoulders. On this hand, his claw does open and close, and it automatically shuts itself. It's like spring-loaded a bit, so you can clamp something in there if you want to. And then on this side, it has a missile which is manually activated via this button, so you can push that and the missile will go flying over there somewhere. And then his other features are activated via his remote here. It's got a red button and a yellow button. One of them makes him walk, and the other one makes him shoot his missile out of his chest. It's got a little switch there on the back, which I shall now flip, so I can demonstrate his abilities. The red one there makes the little lights in the dome there light up, and he shoots his chest missile, and then let's turn him this way a little bit, and he should walk. Very, very slowly and noisily, he shall slide forward. He's coming. He's coming very slowly in that direction. And one day he will get there. And once he gets there, he will conquer all that is there. Anyway, that's enough of that. So yeah, those are all of his features. And that's not half bad. Pretty standard for little Trendmasters robots and things like that. So that about wraps it up for all of Dexter and his little abilities and things. now we shall move on to the packaging. Unfortunately, I do not have the packaging for this figure, so I shall superimpose a picture here. And, yeah, it's essentially just a nice big windowed box. It is good for in or out of package display. So, yeah, Dexter's Laboratory Walking Robots. Alright, that wraps it up for the Walking Robots. So until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.